Are you looking for a tool that will allow you to visualize data in an automated and interactive way that is perhaps already included in your organization's Microsoft E5 license? Hi, I'm Brian Amrine with Value Driven Analytics, and if the answer to that question is yes, this video where we'll do an overview of Power BI is just for you. With that said, let's head over to our PowerPoint. Let's talk about interactive visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, Click, MicroStrategy, and SAS Visual Studio. As we said before, all of these generally have some form of paid version, but sometimes in certain ways for certain use cases, you can use them for free. Power BI is the dashboard tool that we're going to have a dedicated session for. I'm excited for that. It's not quite as common as Excel, but as a Microsoft tool that's added more and more functionality, Power BI has become just as popular as a tool like Tableau in terms of Google searches, and it has the momentum. It's been increasing in Google searches for a while. We'll see a graph of that coming up. Similar to Alteryx, there's a desktop version for designing dashboards that is ultimately used to publish to an online version where the dashboard is normally viewed by stakeholders. Now, downloading the desktop version of Power BI is free. And technically, it's a .pbix file, can be sent via email to others, and as long as they've downloaded the free Power BI desktop software as well, the recipient would be able to open, view, and interact with the dashboard in Power BI desktop. But it's much more convenient for the dashboard creator to simply publish to Power BI Online and schedule it and send stakeholders a web link where they can always see the latest data. That's typically how it's used. This is where the cost comes in, though. It's a little less than the cost of Tableau, and it is often paid in the organization's E5 Microsoft license. If the organization has that level of licensing, it's included. Similar to Excel, Power BI dashboard or workbook can have multiple tabs. Each tab can have different visuals such as charts, tables, cards, slicers, and filters to interact with your data. Creating a dashboard, it usually starts with importing data and then designating table relationships if there are multiple tables in the dashboard, then creating calculated columns or measures, uses DAX for that, similar to Excel syntax, and then creating visuals, which could include charts and tables and cards and slicers and filters. Then once the analyst feels good about the dashboard, they would publish it online and they would schedule automated updates. It's fairly flexible data manipulation. And in terms of features, Microsoft, at least for a while, was adding features monthly, which allowed it to catch up to Tableau in terms of functionality very quickly. Dashboards are created via point and click, but updates are ultimately automated and scheduled. The big benefit of a tool like Power BI compared to doing reporting in Excel is that stakeholders, recipients can easily drill into the data. And what that means is there's going to be less manual back and forth, and it increases flexibility for the analyst and the stakeholder. If they need to see it for a particular geography, as long as the Power BI dashboard has been set up with geographical slicers and filters, which normally an analyst will design a dashboard to have drilled down capability, to have filters, slicers available, then the stakeholder doesn't need to put in an extra request with the analyst to get a version of it for a particular geography. They can do that themselves. That's called self-service reporting. Dashboards are often used to monitor trends, so oftentimes you'll see a overtime chart in a dashboard. If not, it's a great thing to include. Here's an example of a screenshot of a Power BI desktop. This is where you build the dashboard. And again, eventually you will publish that dashboard online and schedule it. And this is where your stakeholders would view it, simply by accessing a link that you would send to them. If you like this video, I hope you'll consider liking it formally. And if you'd like to see more analytics, data science, and leadership training videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Finally, if you have any questions on what we discussed today, please leave a comment and I'll try to respond to it as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.